while many talk about engaging their audiences when creating a product, this next speaker actually manages to do it time and time again. His moderator will be Kelly, so I would like her to welcome her to the stage. Please, a big applause for Kelly.
Good morning, everybody. Our next speaker is Timo Vuorensola, who, aside from being a crowdfunding, massive success and pioneer, is a filmmaker, a videographer, a cultural commentator, and overall genius. How many of you here are film buffs? Anybody a movie fan? We have one. We have a few. Has anyone seen Timo's films? A few more. Has anyone contributed to a Kickstarter campaign? So just a few. Okay, that's really interesting. Then there will be a lot to learn today. I'd like to welcome to the stage Timo.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How do you do? Are you awake? Are you awake? Great. My name is Timo Vuorensola. I'm a film director from Finland, and you might be wondering what the hell am I doing here in a business conference. And I guess the answer is more or less the fact that I've been working together with my audience for quite a long time to make films better, world of films better. And I think what I'm working on will also possibly help you guys with your businesses, your dreams of going all the way, I don't know, to Silicon Valley and become ridiculously rich. But if we can get my name on the screen, that's important because I like my name. It's a beautiful name. It's Timo Vuorensola. It's terrible to pronounce, but a very beautiful name in Finland. It means the pass between mountains, or how do you call like thing between two mountains? And that's it. Yeah. But again, this is my first time here in Montenegro. I've never been here, but I've been traveling around this part of the world quite a lot. And I've been working with my film with a bunch of Slovenians called Laibach. How many of you guys know Laibach? Good. So they did the music for my films. And it's been a nice time working there and to get to know these guys. You can catch me up from Twitter at that address, and I work at a company called Iron Sky Universe. And the reason I'm here talking is basically of a product called Iron Sky. It's a film called Iron Sky. But before I go there, I want to talk to you about Finland. This is Finland in the middle of summer. It gets worse during the it gets worse during the winter time, but Finns have this problem. The problem is that it's all dark most of the time of the year, and it's snow and it's crappy. But the good thing is that we have a sauna, and sauna is definitely the base where all of the relevant innovations from Finland have come from. Let's say Nokia definitely was born in a sauna. Angry Birds definitely in a sauna, and this is a moment. I mean, we were sitting together with my friends, young filmmakers, many years ago in a sauna in Finland, and tossing out ideas like having a beer and thinking like what kind of films we could do in the future. And a friend of mine said, his name is Jarmo Puskola, he's a really good guy, very intelligent guy, a big geek, a nerd to the core. He said that last night I had a dream, and in this dream I was riding a bicycle. And on the back of my bicycle there was Adolf Hitler, who was screaming angrily to my ear. And then I woke up and I knew that we're gonna have to do a film about Nazis on the moon. Nazis on the moon. Thank you. What's beautiful in this idea is that it's a very simple idea. Anybody who gets to hear about Nazis on the moon will get an immediate picture in there. This is a perfect pitch for a movie, in a way, but it takes only 2 seconds to say Nazis on the moon, and everybody's at least listening. They may say it's a shit idea, they may say it's a great idea, they may think completely differently, but at least it will leave a memory trace. Nazis on the Moon, to me it sounded like, sitting on that sauna, it sounded like there must have been 100 films made out of Nazis on the Moon. And that's big, this is the kind of nerd I am. Because I've been reading conspiracy theories all my life, and I kind of enjoy that stuff. Nazis on the Moon is a very, very long-running conspiracy theory. And it says that in the end of Second World War, Nazis had a technology. They went to Antarctica, they set up a base over there. Then they flew over to the moon, the dark side of the moon. They established a base over there. We said, okay, what if this was true? What kind of a community would there be in 70 years? What kind of a base would it be? And we started to work on this idea about Nazis on the moon, and we made a film. It took us 7 years to make this film. It took us 8 million euros to do that film. And I will talk to you more about the way we made the film, not necessarily the way we financed the film, at least not all the way. But before that, I'd like to show you a trailer for that, so you get an idea. Unfortunately, this screen here is in wrong aspect ratio. I don't know if you guys can do something about it over there. Silence. Can you fix the aspect ratio? Well, it's slanted like this. It's a square. It was supposed to be like, well, yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's watch it. You get it at least in a wrong aspect ratio. And then let's talk more. Also, I need sound, if that's okay.
You have seen hundreds of UFOs. It's opening fire! Oh my gosh!
Where are we from?
The dark side of the moon!
And
We come in peace!
Who are these guys anyway?
Nazis from the moon.
That's too much. One word from me, and the invasion from the moon begins.
Invasion? Y'all must be tripping.
Now, my question is, what do y'all plan to do about it? Because we just happen to have a little something up our own sleeve. All presidents who start a war in their first term get reelected.
Und wegen all diese Untermenschen von der Erdkarte.
Shit, this just keeps getting better and better.
We are the promise delivered to all mankind. We raise our hands to one nation. We march to the beat of one heart.
the world is sick, but we are the doctors.
Wir sehen uns in Valhalla.
Thank you. Sitting in that sauna with a bunch of my friends, we had a problem. The problem was, quite honestly, I had €5 on my account. We were all unemployed. Some of my friends were maybe students, maybe not. But the point was, we were broke. We had no idea how to make a film, but we had a good idea. With this idea, we went to a producer, a Finnish producer called Tero Kaukomaa, who fell in love with the idea. Then he took us to Cannes Film Festival. Now, Cannes, how many of you have been to Cannes Film Festival? Don't go, it's a terrible place. But we went there and we started to pitch this idea about Nazis on the moon to all those serious film people. All those people who are, what are we doing?
Only moments ago, New York has come.
We don't have to see that again.
We did.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, anyway, what was I saying? I lost my thought. Thank you. No, I was talking about the fact that we didn't. We went to Cannes Film Festival, started to pitch this to all these serious film people, and these are the people who make these very serious films about, you know, child death and serious topics, war and everything. And we are there, young kids, no experience in filmmaking, saying we're going to make a film about Nazis on the moon. And obviously, for the first time, everybody was laughing at us. They said, "Get the fuck out of here! You have no." You know, you have no business in this film industry. But we came back next year, and then the year after that, and we started to get more attention. And the people were like, these guys are not going to leave, so we probably better listen to what they have to say. And then we gave them a script and we said, okay, we want to make this film. And eventually, bit by bit, with my producer Tero Kaukoma, we managed to raise altogether 8 million euros to the production of the film. But still the problem was that we didn't really have what it takes to make a feature-length science fiction action film in Finland. So we came up with a method called producing with the audience. And the idea was that we had a following on the internet. Because when you say something crazy on the internet, people, they start liking you. They start liking your Facebook page or YouTube channel or whatever. And we said we're going to make a film about Nazis on the moon. And we had a little trailer and the people said, okay, I want to help. How can I help? And this was the main question which I wanted to find an answer to. We started to do producing with the audience method, and basically it means we were crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, and crowd investing the film. And I want to talk to you about all of those methods a little bit, starting with crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing means outsourcing tasks to a large group of people through an open call. And the basic idea which we had was, there is always a creator. We had an idea about a film. And then there's an audience. We knew this audience was excited to get this film made. They wanted to help. They wanted to see one way or another how to participate in the production of this film. Now, each film is a compilation of tasks basically done by a bunch of people. We directors, basically we don't do anything. We just sit and whine and that's all we do, and then we take all the glory, and you know, we stand there with the actors in the premiere. To do production design, somebody has to do a lot of things, like music, and we can't see really anything about that. But the point is that there's a lot of things that everybody has to do on a film to get it made. And each audience, this audience over here, I'm sure would turn into a great filmmaking crowd. I could make an amazing film with you guys. But I have to find out what is your passion when you're doing, what do you want to do? I mean, a lot of you guys, I don't know what you do, maybe you're entrepreneurs, maybe you're students, but all of you have some sort of a passion which I could easily source into my film. Some one of you will know all about there is to know about moon. And I need everybody, I need people who know about moon, the environment on the moon. There is somebody who knows how to do 3D models. I need 3D models. There is somebody who is beautiful and very very handsome and is great in front of a camera. I can get you in front of the camera. The big idea was how to make this connection, how to make this collaboration happen. And we started to work and find an idea for that. And basically, we created a method. We created a website called Recamovie, which is now down because the film is over. But the idea was that we started to share tasks to the audience and the people started to participate. And basically what we found about this thing is, to make it work, you have to make it legal first and foremost. Because if you guys help me, I make a film, I become a millionaire, then you can get to start suing me because your little piece of work is there and I have to give all my money to you. So we have to make it legal. First thing we said to everybody is, you participate, you give all your rights to us, we don't pay you any money. If somebody makes money, it's us. If you don't like it, don't work with us. If it's okay, then let's proceed. The other thing is, it's got to be transparent. We got to be very honest what we're doing. Films are usually made in a black studios, somewhere hidden in Hollywood or other places. You have absolutely no access into making a film. We realized that this has to stop. We have to start making a film in a way that people get a chance to see what we're doing. And it's got to be easy. Participation has to be easy. Nobody wants to study a huge manual of things just to do something for a couple of hours to help us to make a film. The other thing, it has to be mutually rewarding. It has to be fun for everybody. But most importantly for us, we always have to have a plan B because we never know. I can say that I can make a film with you guys, but I don't know. Maybe it turns into a shit film. Then I have to replace you with another crowd. You never know. From a filmmaker point of view, you always gotta have a plan B. Basically, crowdsourcing in our case meant a couple of things. One of those was we used the community to do graphics. So in each films, there's we had a huge load of spaceships in this film. Basically, the idea is that every nation in the world has a spaceship. They've been secretly building a spaceship. All right, so we have to start building up. What kind of a spaceship does India have? What kind of a spaceship does USA have? Or I don't know, Montenegro? What kind of spaceship? And then I asked people to start submitting ideas, drawing sketches. Here's an idea for an Indian ship. And the basic idea is based on a Qatar knife, Somebody came up with an idea. It's based on a cutter knife. Somebody came up with an idea that it could also have like bird feathers because it's a symbol in India. Then somebody drew a combination of those. Somebody did a 3D model, and eventually all of the ships in the film, well, most of the ships in the film were one way or another collaboratively created with the community. I'm going to show you a little clip. You can turn down the lights. In this clip, you can see a bunch of ships, and all of these are, as I said, designed by the community. All the dialogue in this section by the ships is also by the community. Let's see.
We're gonna need the reinforcements right now! What the hell is the meaning of this?
G'day mates, this is Australian ship Dundee 01, ready to kick ass.
Spitfire reporting in.
Hang in there, W. Canada, I'm joining the battle.
This is a direct violation of the International Space Treaty that you all signed, every single one of you.
We're joining the battle.
That is supposed to be destroyed. This is an outrage. You're all liars, just like my ex-husband.
And so forth. The idea was that these people, they participated in making these spaceships. The other thing is, we asked them to do, help Laibach to do the music. We needed a theme. Whenever the space Hitler walks in, there has to be this song that everybody is singing. So we also asked for the community to come up with that. Here are the lyrics. You can sing. Thank you. Another great thing I can toss to the community, we need lyrics, we need music for this kind of song. People love that kind of thing. The third thing is obviously extras. And that's another thing. Every extra costs a lot of money. We would have never had a chance to make this film looking a big film without the extras. And we didn't have the money for the extras. But what we did was said, okay, we're going to explode the main street of Frankfurt. We need a lot of people running away from the explosion. So we sent to our community, we said, okay guys, wherever you are, fly to Frankfurt, come join us, have a nice day on the set, and let's blow Frankfurt apart. And I'm going to show you one more video.
Hi, and welcome to the registration point of Iron Sky Express. A couple of days ago, me and Jarmo put an announcement on the internet and asked to have extras from Frankfurt area. And we are making this massive panic scene, and more extras are coming all the time.
Oh, I think it's time to have a lot of fun and to make some gags about the Nazis. And yes, that's what I expect.
Yeah, I think too that we will have a lot of fun and that the movie will be just great.
Yeah, I'm just happy to have a chance to watch all this because I never were on a set and it's very interesting.
And this is what happened. We just exploded Frankfurt Main Street. It was fucking fun. This is the reason I want to do film. So you get the idea. The people love it. We get the adventures of these people helping us out. and altogether. Crowdsourcing altogether is not really it's not a really new thing altogether. Crowdsourcing has been happening on the digital age quite a lot. How many of you remember SETI at home? It's basically using your idle time to decode space background noise to find repetitive patterns to prove the existence of extraterrestrial life. SETI at home is the thing. Distributed computing. The other thing is obviously films, as I told you. Innovation is another thing that people do crowdsource nowadays. This is from SpaceX. I think it's SpaceX thing where somebody was flying to the space by stuff that they made themselves. Operating system. Another thing from Finland, by the way. We're not as irrelevant as you think. Linux was created in Finland. It's another good example of crowdsourcing. Khan Academy, which was actually mentioned yesterday, is another thing which does education, culture and history. Internet Archive has basically all the stuff that is going out of copyright released over there. And all of these things, all this crowdsourcing happens because it's easily available, it's easily doable on the internet, and in the digital age it also stays there, so it's quite easy to do. Another thing which we did, there was another question. A lot of people said, okay, I don't want to do spaceships, but I have a 50 euros. What can I do with 50 euros? When I started to do this stuff in, what was that, 1998, I started to do films with the community. The problem was really that there is no way to give money to me. I mean, I set up an open internet account and said, what do you call it, open account, say people put money there, but it's actually illegal to do it like that. You gotta have a system. So with Iron Sky, we started to do crowdfunding in different ways. And the thing I learned about crowdfunding is it's basically three things. You have to have, in order to make a successful crowdfunding campaign, it's first and foremost a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. It's not free money. It's just as hard money as from anywhere else. The only thing is it's not restrictive money. So basically you crowdsource something, you crowdfund something, and you still keep all the control on where you're going to use it, how you're going to use it, what kind of end result is coming. But in order to run a successful crowdfunding campaign, whether on Indiegogo, Kickstarter, whatever, you got to have unique perks, good content, and constant updating. And with Iron Sky, obviously, the question was how to make this this triangle work. And for unique perks, for example, I'll give you an example because on the next Iron Sky, the Iron Sky 2, which we're working right now, there's dinosaurs. And we thought that what could be a great way to get people excited about putting money in Iron Sky 2. And we came up with this idea, get eaten by a dinosaur. So basically, if you pay 5,000 euros, you will get a scene in the film, because we already had a scene in the film where somebody, doesn't matter who, gets eaten by a dinosaur. But you can be the one who buys that, 5,000 euros, and you'll be on the screen eaten alive by a dinosaur. If you pay 2,500, you'll be part of a group that gets eaten by a dinosaur. Or 1,000, you get to run away from a dinosaur. This kind of things that people want to do that make them feel that they're participating in the production. The other thing is unique perks, and then you have to have good content. It doesn't happen, nobody gives you money if it doesn't feel like you're doing something relevant. I'm going to show you one of the videos. We do these little character videos on the film, and it shows up all the bad guys of the film, of Iron Sky 2, in their own sort of environment. And that kind of things get people to support the film.
Long live great Russia's motherland, built by the people and the mighty hand. Long live your nation, united and free, shining in glory for all
price of doing these little videos is not big, but that gets people excited. That gets them feeling that there is something nice, interesting going on. Anyway, what's next? Oh, crowdfunding, success case, yeah. Couple of success cases around the world. Coolest Cooler is basically a cooler which has, I think, like an iPod dock. They raised $30 million on Kickstarter. Star Citizen, $80 million so far, a game. $80 million. And the biggest crowdfunding case ever in the history of crowdfunding is Bitcoin with 6.4 billion Bitcoins around the world. So it can be a big market. Crowd investing was another thing which I won't be talking too much. I don't know if it's legal here or not. In Finland, they just changed the law so that you can do micro investments and all that. It's another great way to get people tied up to your film better and sort of more important for that. But it's something that's pretty cool. Now, the reason we do crowdfunding, crowdsourcing, everything, the reason is, in the end, the reason why we are in this business is because of stories. We love storytelling. That's the reason I make films. I want to tell stories. Okay, they may not be the most, well, they're a bit insane stories. I like to tell stories about Nazis on the moon or Adolf Hitler riding a dinosaur, but it's a story. And these people who get involved, they start to talk about this idea. You know what? I'm working with these crazy Finns. I'm working on a film that is about Nazis. The story is that in 1945 the Nazis went to the moon, and in 2018 they're coming back. I'm doing this spaceship. And these people are like talking about it on the internet. They get people excited about it. And then they start talking to their friends, and obviously these people get excited. They get more traction. They get all the way talking to more friends, more people, reaching millions of people with basically money-wise for us, it's actually a plus for us. So basically all this crowdfunding, crowdsourcing brings us money, but more importantly, it's a great way to get a community behind you. It's a great way to do internet marketing, and it's a great way to fight the Hollywood, because we will never have enough money to fight the marketing campaigns of Hollywood. But still, when Iron Sky trailer was released in 2012, it was the 5th most watched trailer in the whole world, surpassed by Avengers and films like that. But it was the 5th biggest trailer in the world. With the money we have in Finland, we would never be able to reach that. And it became an international success, sold to 60 countries, whatever. It was a big thing. But it was all thanks to the fact that we had this community working with us, and it was great. Now, I'm going to leave you guys, and we will be talking more probably in the questions. I don't know if there's time for that. Hopefully there is, but I'll show you the trailer for the next Iron Sky so you get an idea what kind of film we're working on right now.
Easy, Blondie. It's done.
Good. Then we can begin.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timo.
No worries.
I apologize for butchering your name earlier. We only have time for about 2 questions. So if there's anyone out there with questions for Timo that are specifically about crowdfunding, we can take them now.
Or crowdsourcing or anything. Nobody? I came all the way from Finland and you have no questions. Thank you. Microphone for the gentleman? Over there.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, congratulations about this. I have actually 2 questions, but the first one you answered almost. Why cannot crowdfunded movie become a blockbuster? And the other one would be, what's with the crowdfunded movies and Nazis and traveling in time? I mean, Kung Fury being active right now.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, definitely crowdfunded film will can become a blockbuster and will someday. Thing is, right now, crowdfunding is not heavily used by the studios. My problem with that is that I'm afraid that the studios will get an idea that that's a way to get money and traction to their films, and they will start to misuse it, which means that we will see studio-made crowdfunded films. These guys really don't need the money from the community, but they will do it, and we will see crowdfunded movies also big in cinemas. There was Veronica Mars was in cinemas, for example. That was also a crowdfunded movie. But so far, it's been more a powerhouse for the independent filmmakers. The other thing is, crowdfunding takes a lot of time, takes a lot of expertise, and that's something that the studios don't like. They like to just throw money to problems and then get those films made as soon and easy as possible. That doesn't really always result in the best kind of movie or the best kind of community, but that's their way. This is sort of the independent answer to that. The other question is why Nazis, time travel, crazy topics. The reason for that is that they are quite easy to pitch. You can easily say, I'm gonna make a film where Nazis are fighting sharks in tornado in space with the Godzilla, and people get like, oh, well, I'll give money, and it's sort of like an easy way, but at the same time, and the other reason, honestly, is, and I can blame Iron Sky for that, is that because Iron Sky was the first sort of major film that got crowdfunding major going on, that also seems to work on those who have Nazi-related or sort of crazy science fiction-related stories, that they will easily go to crowdfunding because Iron Sky did it so successfully, and they sort of hope to breathe on that same air. Now, yeah, that sounds a little bit self-centered, but I don't care. The other thing is, well, I forgot that. But anyway, that hopefully answers your question, sir. There's another question? Over there, in the back.
Hi, Timo. As your loyal supporter and future citizen from the Hollow Earth, no, I'm not kidding, really. Can I ask you about from the Star Trek and from to the day? I mean, like, did you ever consider? I mean, I like that opinion of yours that you are, because of the funding resources and everything, you just enlisted and selected a lot of Naturschick actors and actors that were not well known throughout some kind of movie industry. Did you consider maybe to open up, I don't know, like a bigger selection of other actors for your next movie? And did your crowdfunding sources and resources were actually so I don't know, important for that to enlist all those actors and maybe get some more attention to it? So did your actors actually been overpaid, or did you just wanted to put them into the first movie and other movies?
Long question, answer short. First and foremost, nobody really wants to work with big name actors. Nobody wants that because they're a pain in the ass. They cost a lot of money. There's a lot of trouble working with these big egos. But usually you need those actors to get you guys in the theaters, because you go to see the Rock movie, or I don't know, you go to see a movie based on a certain actor, not based on a certain musician or certain, rarely even a director. So the only thing that is a bankable thing in movie industry is a big actor. When you have a crazy idea like Iron Sky, Nazis on the Moon, you don't need the actors. You don't need big actors because the idea itself is curious enough for people to go to the theaters. And at the same time, those who don't care, they will not go to see no matter who's the actor. If they say that Nazis on the Moon is a stupid topic, they say, I'm not going to go see this movie even if it has, I don't know who is a good actor, but you know, The Rock, even if he's on it, he won't be said. So it's a kind of a speciality kind of thing. But to work with the big name actors, if it makes sense, for sure in the future. But again, it's always, and then you play by their rules, by their schedules and their sort of demands, and it becomes a pain in the ass. So unless you have sort of a specific reason, I don't want to say I want to avoid those guys, but I want to sort of make clever decisions.
That's the brilliant part of it. I mean, I'm just trying to highlight that's the best part of the movie because you just enlisted people.
And of course, there's a couple of names like Udo Kier. How many of you guys know Udo Kier? Nobody? Oh, a couple of good. Is a legend actor. Tom Green is in the next film, who's also like a comedian from the States. But that's the kind of level that I'm trying to keep it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timo.
Thank you.